A reading from St. John's Gospel, chapter 10, beginning to read at verse 11. Jesus said to them, I am the good shepherd. The good shepherd lays down his life for the sheep. The hired hand, who is not the shepherd and does not own the sheep, sees the wolf coming and leaves the sheep and runs away. And the wolf snatches them and scatters them. The hired hand runs away because a hired hand does not care for the sheep. I am the good shepherd. I know my own, and my own know me, just as the Father knows me, and I know the Father. And I lay down my life for the sheep. I have other sheep that do not belong to this fold. I must bring them also, and they will listen to my voice. So there will be one flock, one shepherd. For this reason the Father loves me, because I lay down my life in order to take it up again. No one takes it from me, but I lie it down of my own accord. I have power to lay it down, and I have power to take it up again. I have received this command from my Father. Some of the most popular TV programs during this past year have been those to do with travel or gardening or nature. I think the broadcasters are providing us with these various forms of escapism from what has been a very difficult year. I love this time of year when everything is starting to blossom and there is new growth on the trees, that lovely fresh green colour. And in particular, I love anything to do with lambs. One of the TV programmes recently featuring this year's lambing time was Countryfile. Whether it is a reminder of new life or warmer weather on the way, I just love seeing those lambs. Shepherds, we know, are vital for the welfare of their lambs and sheep, and when I watch a programme like Countryfile, I realise just how much there is to looking after sheep. That is as true today as it has been over the past centuries. The image of the shepherd looking after his sheep was used in Old Testament times to describe the chosen leaders of the Jewish people. They were the shepherds of their people, and God was described as the shepherd of Israel. Farming and shepherding were normal everyday activities in Jesus' time, and the gospel writers used those to bring Jesus and his teaching within easy reach of everyone. In the reading, we have one of the many I am sayings of Jesus. I am the good shepherd. It comes in John's Gospel after the healing of the man born blind. The religious leaders are not happy with this healing and question the man intensely about Jesus and by whose authority Jesus is able to heal the sick. The Pharisees overhear Jesus talking about those who are spiritually blind and believe that Jesus is talking about them, and they are furious. Jesus makes it clear that he is not like the religious leaders, who are supposed to be good shepherds, but who fail to look after the frail and those on the margins. Jesus is saying that in him they see a good shepherd, with qualities different from those of the present religious leaders. In the previous verses, Jesus refers to himself as the gate to the sheepfold, through which people would find new life and meaning in their lives. The Jews would have known that there were no gates on a sheepfold. The shepherd, at the end of the day, having led his sheep to the sheepfold, would check each one for injuries. He would know each of his sheep by name, and the sheep would stay in the fold, with the shepherd sleeping across the entrance. The shepherd on duty all night to protect the sheep from wild animals who might otherwise get into the fold and kill the sheep. A good shepherd is not like someone hired to do the job who might run away at the first sign of trouble. The good shepherd would be willing to fight and even be killed for the sake of his sheep. The idea of being willing to lay down your life for your sheep is a very different model of shepherding. Jesus' way of shepherding is radical. in that no one would expect a shepherd to risk his own life for the sake of a couple of sheep. Surely human life is more precious than the life of an animal. Jesus is saying that his shepherding of his people is marked by self-sacrifice, by his willingness to die for them, because he knows them intimately, loves each one, and wants them to be safe and live. Jesus is the Good Shepherd, not only for the Jews, but for those not of this fold, those outside the Jewish faith. He will be their shepherd too, and they will listen to his voice, and through him they will have new life. This is the message of John's Gospel, that Jesus is our shepherd. He is the way to life, truth, meaning and purpose in our lives. The metaphor then changes when he asks us to follow him, so that we, the sheep, are called to be the shepherds, people who live to love as Jesus loved. He said, "You must do as I have done for you. Seek the lost, defend those in danger, feed the hungry with the bread of life, love one another, so that all people will come to know the God of love, the God of new life and hope, through his Son Jesus." Amen.